Hey Kitschy cats and kittens, my name is Erica. Welcome to my studio. Hey everybody, welcome back. I am doing a very special birthday tumbler today. This is for one of my big sisters, Nikki. Happy birthday. She loves her dog Honey, who is there on the screen, and she loves to take Honey to breweries. So I thought, why not combine the two and make a really cool tumbler for her? So that's what we're doing. I'm starting out with some 1-to-1 epoxy resin, and I'm going to be making an alcohol ink tumbler. So it's really cool. You literally just drop the alcohol ink and you let it spin, and it kind of does its own thing. So I start out with a very light brown, and I'll end up adding a yellow to it. I'm going for kind of a wheat beer sort of a look here, and it looks really good so far. I'm super excited by what I'm seeing until now. I hate the orange, doesn't work, but I do end up fixing it. So we have a lot of really cool breweries here in the Sacramento, California area where we live, and she loves to take Honey to them. Most of them do allow dogs, and we've even met up with them and taken our little dog with us. So at this point, I'm pretty much doing damage control, trying to get rid of that orange. Here I am, popping bubbles. And I'm using the heat gun a lot here because I want to make the resin move a lot. I want these colors to swirl and move and be fluid, so adding the heat thins out the resin. And I'm also trying to pop bubbles because, as you would expect, you can't use the torch with alcohol ink. I'm sure somebody has tried somewhere, and we've all learned from that lesson. And so here I'm just fixing it. Luckily I had more resin left, and I add a little bit more alcohol ink to it as well, but I actually get a chance to kind of swirl it, and I do like the bits of orange that are left. They just look kind of like a darker brown. It gives it a little bit more dimension. Obviously, when you get a pint of beer, it's got the head on it, the foam. So I thought the puff paint would actually work really, really well for this. And I don't even have to color it. If you watched my True Crime and Crafting Tumbler, you'll know that coloring white puff paint is not the business. So I'm just going around here and doing a couple of layers, and I do intend to do one layer, let it dry and let it fall a little bit, and then I'm going to do another layer on top of that. But I wanted it to look like it had real bubbles in it, and so I ended up getting some of these flat back pearls that can be used for jewelry and things like that, and they're perfect. They totally look like bubbles, and it adds a little bit of shine. I'm really sorry if you can hear my cup turner in the background. It is not quiet, and I have a cup on it right now, and I can't turn it off. I'm so sorry. And this is what it looks like. It will drop a little from there due to gravity, but it still is pretty good. You can see it dropped pretty far, but here I am putting the next coat of the puff paint on there. So I'll do it down below, and I also do it up above. And I do add a few more pearls, not a whole lot though. Okay, so I decided I wanted to make her some extra things to go with her tumbler, and I figured a little candle holder tray would be really cute, and I decided to make some dog tags for decorations on the tray. I am adding in pearl white mica powder to my 1-to-1 resin, and of course I am stirring the crap out of it because I don't want any surprise unmixed mica powder. And I'm using my heat gun a lot because these are molds. I can't use my torch with it. I do also go along the edges with the dotting tool. I cannot stress this enough, how important it is to go around those edges when you are pouring resin if you can. I have not one single bubble. It works so well. So after letting the resin sit and thicken a bit, I'm dropping in the alcohol ink and I'm going to make some beer swirls. I initially intended only to do it on the dog tags, but I really liked the way it looked, so I thought, well, I'll do it on the tray, but the tray is actually upside down. It's got a lip which is facing downward, so it'll be flipped over when in use, and the alcohol ink is going to be on the back. I went ahead and did it anyhow and tried to really get my dotting tool in there and get it further down to get some of that to show through the front. It didn't really work. The back is pretty though, so hey, there's that. So here's the candle I'm going to use, just a battery operated candle. I bought a whole bunch of them in a box and I decided why not make the candle look like a beer too. So I am using alcohol ink, a torn makeup sponge, some tweezers, and I'm just dabbing this on. It does take a couple of coats to really get it to look right, but I think it looks cute. I don't think anybody's going to mistake it for a real beer anytime soon, but it's cute anyhow. And yeah, I end up dyeing my fingers yellow. It was pretty funny. Good news is they looked totally fine the day after, so it was okay. I am decorating the first dog tag with a tiny little paw print. I'll show it to you here in a minute. I didn't really know what else to put on it. I figure I'll just leave it, and if my sister wants something else written on there or more paw prints or something like that, I can go ahead and do that at a later date, and I'll just do a top coat of resin over it. And you can see my lovely knockoff E6000 glue. It's B7000. There's my head, as usual. So I am going to score the back of the dog tag that will be in contact with the tray, and I'm scoring the tray too. Resin is very shiny and doesn't tend to stick well, so scoring it is really important. It actually really helps it stay. And because I had so much fun making the beer foam, I was like, might as well put some foam on top of the dog tag. Why not? And I do add a few pearls to this one as well. Kind of looks like snow from here. So here's the larger dog tag, and I thought I would do something with this. So I cut out Honey's name in white vinyl, and then of course I decided to add some beer foam to it. At this point I had decided I was going to make a refrigerator magnet for her, and so I didn't want as much decoration on it as I did the others, just because I didn't want to make it heavy, but it still turns out really cute. And here's her name. So I grew up calling her Nikki. We all call her Nikki, but in her adulthood, she goes by Nicole. And it seriously throws me every time I hear somebody refer to her as Nicole. It like takes me a split second to figure out who they're talking about. But I figured she'd want her grown-up name on there, so I went ahead and made a decal for her. And you can see the center of the decal is hollow so that you'll get to see the beer underneath. And I went in with my last coat of resin, and I did add a little bit of sparkle additive. She's all done. Super cute with the tray and the candle and the magnet. I really love how everything turns out. I hope she likes it for her birthday. Happy birthday, Nikki. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, my kitschy cats and kittens, and I'll see you soon.